Hello, this is Teri. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Amethystastrotarot. I'm a practicing astrologer and a tarot reader. And welcome to another episode of my series, One Decan, One Card, One Chart. As you know, I have been covering the 10 degrees of the signs, which are called decans in simplest terms. And since the beginning of the astrological year this year. I started with the decans of Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, and as the sun is moving into the sign of Leo, going back home party is starting. So I will be talking about the decans of Leo. Just to give an idea, let me show the what I'm going to be talking today. It's always doing this. It's incredible. Anyway, so today I will be talking about the first decan of Leo. And in the first decan of Leo, according to the Chaldean or descending order, the ruler is Saturn. Decan ruler is Saturn. And the according to triplicity order, because Leo, and as the Leo is ruled by the sun, that's the sun would be the ruler, and the as Leo is a fixed sign and it's a fire sign, the card, the minor arcana card that is associated with the first decan of Leo is the Five of Wands. And today I will be looking at the natal chart of Sandra Bullock, though it doesn't have a great rating, so we don't know if the birth time is 100% correct, but I will look mainly into her sun in Leo, which is also in the first decan of Leo. Like I always do, let's start with the minor arcana card. In this card, I'm like the first image, of course, that we see is there are wands up in the air, and there is kind of a struggle, or whose wand is upper. It's like someone is like, for example, here is like carrying in the arm, the other is raising it up, raising it here. So we see five people, and they are kind of also in a competition, in a struggle or something like that. No, they are trying to win over each other in a way. And if you, this is the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, by the way. And if we know the following card, which is the Six of Wands, you will see that there is that glory there, the triumphant person that is sitting on the horse, and then there is a like a wreath, laurel, etc. around the head that is like in a way crowning the person who is the winner out of this competition in a way here. But when we uh, I mean think about the Saturn in Leo and Sun in Leo, I think it's like in Saturn in Leo, even though Saturn is as it rules Capricorn, it also rules Aquarius. So, and Aquarius are Leo are opposite signs. In that sense, Saturn in Leo is thought to be in detriment, but still, I think that there is this kind of strategy that is coming through, especially when we think about this competition. You have to have some kind of exit strategy, and in that sense, it should be something creative, and it should be something that is really authentic, that will make you stand out among the others in a way, right? It's like that's the thing. I think it's in a way because it's like Not always, but Sun in Leo, the mighty Sun in the sign of Leo, we it could give us this the identity of like being recognized, being taking the attention. I don't know if it's always the center of the attention, but you would like that the people recognize you with your maybe talents, maybe with your creative power or with your authenticity. It's like standing out, really. I mean, in a way, it's like it could be thanks to you, it could be thanks to the support of other people that are surrounding you, but there could be the fact that like that kind of standing out. And I think with Saturn, as you are like limiting, of course, in a struggle, you could be like finding ways, I mean, interesting ways, and also you have to be in a way confident ways to put a limit to the others, especially if we are talking about uh, competition or something like that. And also, we should have this quite discipline, no? That I mean, kind of discipline that will uh, make us uh, win uh, among the others. So there is, I think, the really that importance of that strategy and discipline and putting limits and then borders. And also, I think in a way, depending on the type of the competition, there is this race with the time as well. So I think the um, fiery energy of Leo, and at the same time the fixed energy here, it could be more about consistency rather than being adamant. I think that consistent building up energy, uh, energy that is, I mean, that Saturn is expressing that way, in a way, and that could help us to be the winner in the next stage. I mean, that would be that we would be crowned in the next stage. So I think in that sense that authenticity and creativity and also all this glamour, glamorous energy that is coming through Leo uh, could be really important in that sense, and eventually will help the one of these people here who are mm, in a quite competitive spirit that will help one of these guys to get on the horse and to be finally recognized by everyone. And it's interesting because when we look at the 601s, we will see that that would be the second decan of Leo, and we will have Jupiter for the uh, uh, in that sense of the, I mean, Jupiter is the descending decan ruler, and also we will have Jupiter as the triplicity. So we have the double Jupiter that is going to be in Leo in that sense, and we will see when we come to the 601s what kind of energy is coming through that. But here is like creating that important exit strategy to be the glorious one. So that's the 5 of Wands for the moment. I mean, if I look another time or in another context, of course, I would, I'm sure that I could see other details, but every time we look into a card, we can always see that. And also interesting, before just wrapping this up, the colors that we see, we have all the colors of yellow and red, and there I think that the golden color, I think, is a very significant color that is associated with the sun and also Leo, and also the red color is like that fiery fire energy that is coming through the wands and also the coming through the sign of Leo as well. So, having talked about the Five of Wands, now let's look at the chart of Sandra Bullock. So, according to this is astro.com, it's not a advertising that I can say. That's the only chart that I could find in that sense. So, Sandra Bullock was born in 26th of July 1964. So she will be very soon 61 years old, and the time looks like 3:15 a.m. and she was born in Arlington, County in the United States. And having a look at this, I mean, according to this chart at least, we see her sun here in Leo. And looking at the sun in Leo, actually, interestingly, when we look at the sun's contact with the contact with the rest of the chart, actually, I mean, we don't see any aspect of her sun in Leo. I mean, when you look at her, I mean, of course, she seems to be quite confident when she's talking, and of course, I mean, I mean, she's an actress, so that comes, I mean, through her, like the way that the performing, no, that being there, shining, and also in the second house, it could give us that how where she shines. I mean, maybe she shines through her the values that she creates. I mean, it could be either resources or any kind of values that she would be creating that could be important. And also, I think that her self-esteem and that all that self-respect could be very important uh, in her identity as well. And in that sense, I think Sun in Leo being in the second house could be like that her point of being important could be how she's creating her own resources in a way. And when we look at according to this chart, of course, the rising sign is the Gemini. Of course, I mean that sun not being aspected, being unaspected, it's like it gives a different, I mean, like in a way, I mean, with her personality, with her identity, how she expresses herself, she's quite, she could be quite independent. She could be quite, I mean, like in a way, sometimes in a way isolated as well. I mean, she would be with the sun in Leo. In any case, you can stand out, but I think in her case, she could stand out, or she could be like in a different way from the others as well. And interestingly, also, when we see, I mean, like, even though there's no aspect between her sun and moon anymore here, because the moon is quite ahead, but actually she was born in a full moon, and because her moon in Aquarius, and that kind of moon in Aquarius could give us the clues that I think the sometimes she could be putting kind of a um, I wouldn't say any wall, but it's like she might be very, I mean, humane and everything, and but her sense of security could be coming through just being uh, keeping her distance, so not to be um, heartbroken by other people. And when we think about the full moon, in a way, there could be like being for yourself, but also being for others at the same time, and trying to find that balance. And also, it could be the case that the full moon, I mean, like there is this continuing power to go forward and to still continue your way, but at the same time you could be I mean, ideally making sure that everyone is coming together with you so that you can continue the journey, and you can make sure that everyone is also could benefit the journey. It's not only yourself, but also the others as well. So in that sense, I think especially to see this full moon in the second and eighth house, it's like all about the resources, what you own and what you owe, or what is yours and what you share with the other people at the same time. And again, looking at the rising sign, sorry about this, Gemini, I think the life approach is like it's like about sometimes making choices, and also it's like having a more rational, and also it could be also more social and more mind-based view of life that is supported by a Mercury in Leo, which gives us very much creative ideas and authentic way of communications. And I don't know, I mean, like I always personally like Sandra Bullock, and probably I watch many uh, movies of hers until now. And there are like what you can call more like, I mean, like blockbuster type of movies, but there are movies that you can see that like you can see her really like getting out and show her capacity and talent as an artist as well. So I think that that's really interesting to see her uh, movies and everything like that. I was, I think, very much impacted by more like a thriller kind of movie that was called Premonition, and that was really uh, interesting to see how she acted in that movie as well. So I think that is all I can say about the Sandra Bullock's natal chart, and I wouldn't go further on that. But I think that that her sun, that being in the third degree of um of the Leo, we can say that this new moon, upcoming new moon, would make could make an impact on her area of resources according to this chart, because it will directly impact her sun. And also again, I mean, she with the current sky, all the Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, and also that combination would be really making maybe important changes. Also, the Uranus could make important changes or shifts in her identity, the way that her she expresses herself, how she appears as an authentic and as a confident person. And it could make a quite a shift being in the, especially in the first degrees of a fixed sign under the current sky. So that would be all about the Sandra Bullock's sun in the first decan of Leo. Hope to see you in other videos for the one decan, one card, and one chart. All the best. Bye bye.